Hello, boys, girls, and my non binary peeps. I'm sorry it has been so long. I have had a very hectic last 2 weeks. So, big oof. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm irresponsible. I know. Go ahead, feel free to nag on me because L Mills does. Hashtag if you're not following my girl, then follow her. But today, I'm going to be continuing my relationship advice chain of videos, and I'm going to be talking about pre relationship do's and don'ts. Why is that necessary? Because I've noticed that there are a lot of people who don't know what they should do before a relationship and what should wait till after they're in a relationship. Number one, if you have mental illnesses, things like that, depression, anxiety, those types of things, those are things that you need to let someone know about before you enter into a relationship with them. And the reason is because, believe it or not, that actually takes a big toll on a relationship if, they get into a relationship with you and they don't know about it. That takes a big toll. Um, I know I got with someone and I didn't know the depth of his depression. And once we got into a relationship, I found out the day after how bad it really was. And I personally didn't care, but it still was just something I would have rather have known about beforehand. Same thing happened with a friend of mine, and so on and so forth. Number two, drawing boundaries and letting people know what you're okay with, what you're not okay with. Things like that. Like, if certain things make you anxious, then the other person should probably know what those things are, what those pet peeves are, what those triggers are before you get into a relationship. Because if you get into a relationship with that person and you don't already know what's up and what sets them off, it might be nothing to you, but to them, it might be one of the biggest things. So that's something that you do need to know about before you get into another relationship. Before you get into a relationship, I don't know why I said another, I'm sorry. Another thing that probably should be discussed before you get into a relationship with someone, how you feel about being polyamorous versus monogamous. Because some people are poly, some people are monogamous. Personally, I don't really care. I can do either or. Doesn't matter to me. But I know some people feel strongly about it one way or the other. And that's something that just needs to be discussed before a relationship. Huh. Off the top of my head, I'm 110% sure there's more. Off the top of my head, though, that's all I can really think of. And so that's a big oof. Also, side note, y'all pray for me in my school because I don't know what they're putting in the water, but these last few weeks have been hectic. Also, your stance on certain things, as in how strongly you feel about things, usually more controversial things like religion, politics, things like that. Um, pro choice, pro life, certain people's rights, certain movements, all that kind of stuff. If you're going to enter into a relationship with someone who has alternating opinions, which is 100% okay, I fully support you getting into a relationship with someone who has different views on you, because personally, I think that it can make a stable balancing act to where you're getting to see their side of you, they're getting to see your side of you, as long as there's no disrespect going on. As long as it's a respecting environment, then yeah, it's fine. But those types of things, you need to make sure that it's fine having a difference of opinion. And in relationships, yes, it's healthy to have a difference of opinion. Yes, in relationships, people are going to disagree with me on this, but it is healthy for relationships to have ups and downs. And yes, I'm aware that this is not what the video is about, but let me explain this real quick. The reason it's healthy for relationships to have ups and downs is because my friend Anders, in his relationship, for the first almost, I don't know, maybe a year, maybe even like 8 months, I'm going to give it. For the first like 8 or so months, for the first long time, they had no issues whatsoever. And that sounds good, but it backfired because then every time they had a small issue later on, they didn't know how to deal with it. And so it always ended up bigger than it really was. It could be literally an argument about whether they should color something green or blue, and it would blow up and be bigger than it really would need it to be. So yes, it's healthy for relationships to have ups and downs. It's healthy for y'all to have agreements as long as disagreements. I mean, as long as all parties are respected. I just felt the need to put that out there. Yes, I'm aware that's not what the video is about. But those were just some things. Those are just some more tips I can think about off the top of my head on relationships. And once again, I'm sorry I didn't do videos for these past 2 weeks. Yes, I'm going to get my life together. Yes, I'm going to be more on schedule in the future. Yes, L Mills is going to fuss at me if I don't. Once again, follow my girl, if you subscribe to my girl if you haven't already. And please, if you have anything you want me to talk about, then guess what? Drop it in the comments below. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe and share. Please help the channel out. And I love you. Don't do anything I would do, and stay frosty.